You guys there? Looks like people are rolling in. Let's give everybody a few minutes to come in. You should have got a notification in the group, but I just want to give you guys just a few more minutes to roll in because it's like people being live. You know, you feel like you're more a part of it, and it feels more interactive if you're if the video is live. So just like to give people a chance to get in. Can you guys let me know if you hear me? I'm looking at my settings right now as I'm talking, and it looks like everything is. It looks like there's audio. Can you say something in the comments? You should be able to see the black screen. Can somebody say something in the comments? I don't know if you guys are actually hearing me. Actually, you know what? I can hear myself now. I just turned on my volume, so looks like we're good. There goes my screen. Let me bring up another window. Those of you guys that are here already, why don't you guys tell where you're from if you want to say something in the group or say something in the comments. So I'm going to open up an incognito window so we can get started. I like doing my research with the incognito window. I'll tell you guys why later. All right, nobody's commenting, so I need somebody to say something. At least it doesn't look like it for me. Oh, yep, okay, I refreshed. So comments are not going to be live for me. Seems like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So, cool. I'm glad you guys are hearing me. Someone confirmed that for me. Okay, so this is the first in the series for the Watch Me Build series. Last time I did an intro / overview, and you know that was to give you guys a look at what was ahead, and give you guys some content to get your brains turning, get the wheels turning, and then just kind of give people an inside look of what to expect in this group. So it really wasn't an in-depth lesson, although a lot of the stuff that we go over right now in this entire series, a lot of it won't be in-depth. As I explained before, you know, we're going to get to the in-depth stuff as we need it. So we're going to start off with the most basic tactics and then move our way into the most advanced tactics. So, you know, even today we're going to get started. I've titled this feed or webinar. I don't know what to call it exactly, but live feed. I've titled it "Watch Me Build Series Number 1: Finding Our Niche / Product." / product, because sometimes you find a niche, sometimes you find a product, sometimes you find both. So you guys will see what that means as we go. But that's what we're going to do today. Is we're going to find the niche or the product that we're going to go after. We're actually going to set up our store, and or excuse me, I take that back. We're not going to set up our store. We're going to create the create the account for our store so that we can next time get promoting it. Let me make sure my phone ringer is off. I heard it ding. I'm getting over a cold, so I've been coughing a lot. All right. You guys, Tyler said that it's a little bit low, so let me turn up my mic a little bit. You guys should be able to hear me a little bit better now. Hope that helps. Cool. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the Watch Me Build series. Right now we're going to find our product or our niche, as I was saying a minute ago. It's really simple. It's really straightforward. I think this is a process that too many people overthink. Too many people don't know what to even look for in the first place, and so they end up spending way too much time on this and making it a lot harder than it should be. And so I really want to show the simplicity of it. I want to show you guys how to move through this really quickly and how to get the most out of it, how to test products very rapidly. And eventually you don't need to test products rapidly. That's just to get started. You want to test a lot of products. But once you find your products that hit, then you want to focus on those and worry about the longevity of your entire brand and your product. So we're going to start on AliExpress, and we're going to look here for some products. Then we're going to jump around a little bit today. I have a few other sites to look at. I'm going to go over a little bit of what I talked about in the last webinar. The last one, I talked about using AliExpress and using watch count and using these categories and finding the products here in these categories and taking them over to watch count and really narrowing in on the types of products. And I want to do that a little bit more today, but this time I'm going to do it and actually look for the product that we're going to sell. So last time I did it more as a demonstration purpose. It was kind of like just a sample of how to do it. This time we're actually going to do it. We're going to find the product that we want to sell. And I will tell you guys that I did do a little bit of research before this feed. Before I got started on this webinar, I wanted to make sure that you guys, excuse me, I was reading the comments over here. I just refreshed the page. Before I went on this webinar, I wanted to make sure that I actually had a direction to go in. And so I did spend about 15, 20 minutes researching a particular niche, and I think that's the direction we're going to go in. But I'm going to basically repeat exactly what I did to find that niche. The reason why I do that is because I actually want to do something, right? If I did this live over the shoulder, sometimes I'll spend 3 or 4 or 5 hours looking for products, right? That typically happens with when I've already narrowed in on a niche, narrowed in on a store. Right now we're going to start fresh. And so it should be a little bit easier, and it was. I found a product within like 20 minutes, and I'm going to show you guys that process. But actually, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We're here on AliExpress. AliExpress is the site that I always use. The reason why is basically just a huge database of products that we have accessible to us, right? We all have a bunch of different products that are accessible to us, and they're basically the same products. You're going to find the same products on Alibaba, AliExpress, Amazon, and eBay. You're basically going to find the same types of products on all of those sites. And so I like AliExpress the best because now I typically go to China to get our products. We typically import most of our products because that's where they're coming from anyways. And so AliExpress is the child company, or is a company of Alibaba. And so we're going to find the most amount of products there, the most available products there. Alibaba is the wholesale site. You guys could research Alibaba and AliExpress. Research the Ali company as a whole, and Jack Ma, the founder of Ali. He's very impressive in what they've been able to accomplish. But AliExpress, I love them because it's just a huge a bulk assortment of data. This is what this is. All of these products, all of these links, everything on this site, it's data. It's data for you and for me to use. So I look at these websites as tools, not as just a shopping center, right? I look at as a tool to use to figure out what it is that I can sell, or other information as well. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Somebody said that they can't hear me well. I just want to make sure that you can. I turned up the volume, so okay, yeah, cool. You said it's better. Cool, like it. Sorry about my cough, you guys. I apologize for that. Maybe this water will help. So first, I'll tell you, I opened up an incognito window. You can see the little incognito guy over here in the corner. I opened up an incognito window. I don't do that because I don't want you guys to see what I'm searching. I don't get into incognito to hide anything from you guys, at least in this webinar. I'm in incognito window because I want to have unbiased data. When I come to AliExpress in my own personal profile, or if I come just in normal Google, AliExpress is going to show me a lot of products based on what I've already been looking at, or based on what I've already purchased within my AliExpress account. So I'm going to see a lot of different information that's going to be very, very biased right? So right now, I'm starting from scratch. I don't know what niche I'm going into. I don't know what product I'm going to sell. I have no clue what we're going to do. Well, I told you guys a minute ago that I do. But, for the sake of the over my shoulder part, we're coming to this like we have no clue what we want to do. And so we want to have unbiased data. If I came in with my own account, we're going to get all the products suggested to us based on the stuff that I've already been interacting with. Right. So I come to AliExpress and I search for products in incognito. If it's a new niche, new product, I don't know where I'm going. I use my other account. I just use the main Google Chrome and come to AliExpress when I'm looking for products for my store, because I want to find things that are relevant. So if I'm looking at one of my niches and I'm going to do some research on here, I want AliExpress to show me things that are relevant to what I've already been searching for, or the things that I've already been purchasing. I want that to happen because I want things that are relevant to my audience, right? Versus right now when we don't know where we're going and we want it to be very, very unbiased. So that's my purpose for incognito window. That's a trick you guys need to. I told you guys the best thing to do is to take notes when you guys watch this video again the second time, like I said to do in the how to get the most out of this training. I want you guys to be paying attention to that. I talked about notes. Let me remove this. I just noticed that the logo was still there, so let me remove that. Oh, somebody just said that too. Cool. Yeah, so remember that. Take your notes, and one of the notes that you should have just been taking was use incognito window when searching for a new niche, new products. I've been sick for like a week, guys, so not only do I have a cough, but I lose my train of thought very, very easily. A lot quicker than I normally do. And I already have a problem with that. So bear with me. We'll move along. So AliExpress is where I'm finding most of my products. That's what I showed you guys last time. I showed you guys how to just kind of go into these categories. I showed a bunch of different ways, actually. I showed these top categories up here, this top bar categories. Then you have the main category section right here, and then you have these collections that AliExpress has kind of already put together for you. It gives you some things that are that I may also like. I don't know why it's there. I was looking at these, but it shouldn't remember that, but whatever. Women's clothing, men's clothing, accessories. So these are basically the same categories. See, if you notice right here on the side, there's this menu bar. It'll take you down to the categories. I think these are the main categories that are up here on this side, except that they're more visual. You see the images, right? So like there's the men's clothing, right? But then you see all the subcategories in here, right? Those subcategories are going to be down here. You could click in here. So it's a lot more visual. So it's basically the same information laid out, just in a bunch of different ways. I like to look at all of them. I like to just see what's there. I never got caught in a certain way. So I never just come to this, the text format. I never just come to the collections. I never just come to the, these visual collections. I kind of jump around and spend some time looking. And I don't want to spend too much time on this right now because you guys, I've already went over this as a whole lesson for you guys, so there's plenty of information for you guys to see this. Right now, I just kind of want to look around, poke around for different ideas. And again, I do have a direction where I want to go, but I kind of just want to poke around here just as a refresher for you guys to see. So what I would typically do is I would come look at any of these collections, and I would just start clicking on things that catch my attention. So right now, the AliExpress, as I'm scrolling down the AliExpress collections right here, this camera lens catches my attention. These pants right here catch my attention. Right, the flag catches my attention, but I'm not going to worry about that because it's Canadian, and I don't want to deal with very small niches. So that's what you'll end up with there. But these are possibilities. This camera lens, it makes me want to open it up. I just bought a $500 or so, I don't know how much it was, several $100 camera lens. I think it was actually more than that. Camera lens that was for a specific purpose. And so that lens on the front caught my attention because I know that you could actually get that same purpose with your iPhone with some of these same lenses. So that's what caught my attention when I was on the home page. Out here was this, but when I click on it, I'm not actually seeing it on this front. So maybe if I keep scrolling, it will show up, but it's probably because it's in one of these other collections. Notice that when I was on the front, I clicked on the AliExpress collections. So these are collections. These are are pre-built collections by AliExpress or I guess AliExpress in this case. The pre-built collections based on topics, based on trends, based on categories, based on all kinds of stuff. So like party shoes, lovely long dresses, cuter than cute, flare pants. I actually don't know how these are put together. So I will admit that they might be put together by users, or they might be put together by stores. I'm not sure. It appears as if they're put together by AliExpress, but I'm not 100% sure. But either way, they're collections that are pre-built for you. They're categorized already to build a store if you wanted to. So cuter than cute, heck yeah, you could make a store called that, cuterthancute.com, if it's available. Probably isn't, but you could basically build a store around the category that you find, right? So there's a bunch of little baby things right here. I'm kind of into baby stuff right now since we have a baby on the way. Kind of like seeing it, but that's definitely a possibility. So I'd basically just click around. I would scroll around, see if there's anything that's going to stand out for products that I could sell. What I'm looking for are products that are, products that are going to stand out visually, that are going to catch my attention. So like people that are having babies, this is super cute, the little baby. Girls that love shoes, this is bling right here. I don't know if they sell shoes. I don't know if they would sell party shoes. I have no clue anything about shoes, but I think it would catch people's attention, right? That are into that type of stuff, that are into shoes. So you want to scroll down and first see if there's anything that just catches your attention, right? And you're going to do that in the collections. You're going to do that on the AliExpress homepage. Just scroll down. You're going to do that on these various collections. You could just pick any of them. You could start at women's clothing. Start at the top. Hot categories, right? So what I'm showing you guys right now, this is literally what I do. I will just randomly, like playing roulette, right? I'll just randomly pick a category or just scroll down and see things that catch my attention and randomly pick that and say, I'm going to sell that, right? And it's as real as it gets because there's tons of tools out there that you guys could use. That's cheating, right? You could use those tools. You could cheat. That's fine. That's fine. I have nothing against that. I'm just calling it what it is and saying that's cheating. You're just copying after other people if you're going to be using all these other tools. The best thing to do is just pay attention to trends. That's all you got to do is pay attention to trends and look for a few characteristics. So when you're scrolling down, you're looking for things that are going to be catchy. You're looking for things that are trendy. You're looking for things that have high value. And the value is going to come in two forms. So write those three things down. Trendy. Which one did I say? The picture is going to be catchy. The value is going to be high. It's going to have a high value. The two different types of value are going to be are going to be the monetary value. So that's going to be a product like the lens that I was talking about a minute ago, right? That lens was probably going to cost like $20, but it was probably going to do something that like a $400 lens would cost, right? So it's a high value product. You're able to show that the customer is going to get huge value out of this product, right? With huge savings. So that's a high value product. There's also a high use product. So products that get used often, products that are going to get used often or have a high. Let's take this one for example. This USB cable, right? People that if you're going to buy this USB cable to use it, you're going to use it every day probably, right? You're going to charge your phone with it. Leave your phone every time you're around this thing. Your phone's probably going to be plugged in, at least for a lot of people, right? So that has a lot of use. It's a high use product. So we're looking for products that have very high use value, right? I call that a value. It's a value, right? The usefulness of it, it's its value, right? So a high use value or a high monetary value. So like the lens, the comparison to the more expensive ones. So we're looking for trendy items. We're looking for items that are going to step out and just be like, wow, that just catches my attention. Or we're looking for items that are going to have a high value. Those are basically the things that I really look for. So scrolling down, just seeing some things. I'm going to point out some things that fall into this category. Now, I wouldn't sell some of this stuff for various reasons, but just to show you what falls into one of those categories. So this is something that's catchy, right? This little music thing has this leather strap. It's got this different design, but it's a carrying. I don't know how. It's a portable speaker that's made to be carried by this little strap, right? It's interesting, right? It catches my attention in the newsfeed. It's going to catch people's attention in the newsfeed. Right? If people that are into this type of stuff, people that would recognize that immediately as a speaker or people that like to carry it. I don't know who to target with it, so I wouldn't sell it. But it does follow that qualification that it's going to have a image that's going to be catchy, right? There was something else up here. Let's go back. I've already went over the high the camera one. So that one actually caught my attention. The lens that was on that camera, wherever it was at, it caught my attention way up here. That caught my attention scrolling through my news feed, but it also has a high monetary value. I don't know where it went to. The one we clicked on earlier, the fisheye lens or whatever it was, the little portable one. It caught my attention because it stood out, but it was a high valued product comparison to the more expensive ones, right? So that thing had 2 of the qualifications, right? So we're going to look for products that have the most amount of qualifications. That's what we want to find. So that has it stood out. It would stand out in the news feed. That's why we want it to stand out. It's because we want it to stand out in the news feed where people are scrolling through their Facebook and they're looking at the wedding from last week. They're looking at what their friends are doing. They're looking at gossip. They're looking at news. They're paying attention to what Trump said or whatever they're paying attention to, right? You're gonna have to catch their attention with the product. And so the first qualification is to stand out in the news feed or to have a catchy image. So that's one of the things you're looking for. If you can find if things stand out to you here on AliExpress, then chances are you're going to get it to stand out to your customer. Second thing you could be looking for is that's catchiness. So then also trendy, looking for things that are trendy, looking for things that we could cross trends. So do not sell Star Wars stuff unlicensed. Don't buy stuff from AliExpress and drop ship it. I'm telling you that to do not do that, so you didn't learn it from me. However, when I say trendy, this Star Wars is trendy right now, right? It's trendy, and so these this is probably what is this, Xbox One Xbox One, Xbox One stickers, right? They're skins for PS4s and Xbox Ones. These are skins, so you're finding trendy things and you're crossing it with a product or a niche that people are already into. So those stickers, they would kind of fall into the trendy. These wireless behind the ear headphones or wireless, these little short headphones, these are kind of trendy. These also kind of follow the pattern of the high value product in that they're probably going to be really inexpensive compared to, I think Dre Beats are the ones that Rita has that were probably a couple $100. But these ones are probably, let's see. Oh, can't find it. Sometimes you get dead links. I don't understand that, but let's see. So these ones are $10. It looks like. I don't know if these are the same thing, but yeah. So $10. But I think there's like the Dre Beats ones that are a couple probably $100 or more. So that product stands out. This kind of stands out. It's a little different. But this one it stands out, but it's also a little trendy, right? It has high use because people that are wearing headphones, if you're going to buy these headphones, you probably use headphones a lot, right? If you're a headphone wearer, you wear them a lot. So people that would buy this, they would buy them a lot. If they want them if they want behind the neck or cordless or whatever you would call this, out of the way headphones, this might catch your attention. This picture, it might, especially if you're aware of the Dre ones, right? The Beats ones. So this might catch your attention. They do have high use, and if you're comparing it to the Dre ones, then the Beats, then it's going to be, it has the high value, the monetary value as well. So this could actually have, these headphones right here could actually have, could qualify to be our product, our product that we want to sell. I like their little graphics. So I'm just clicking on their website. I clicked on that link, and I'm kind of scrolling down now and just getting an idea of some of the other products that they have, and what else they would like you to buy, because I clicked on this first image right here, right? So now they're going to recommend products that are similar to that, or I guess that this store wants us to buy. They're going to recommend the other products related or very similar. So let's just scroll down and see what else there is. Fashion trend. So it's saying that these ones are trendy, which kind of already know that. Actually, these look like they're, nope, I thought I seen a plug. Okay. Yeah, so these are those same ones. And then look, good imagery right here. You could take this imagery and use it, the graphics. I promise you that a Wii shop in China, in I don't know where they're at, Guangzhou, China, or wherever they're at, wherever they're at, I promise you they're not going to care that you use their image, especially if you're going to go buy from them and drop ship. So now what you do want to be careful of is that maybe they stole this image from somebody else, right? So you do want to be careful of that type of stuff, right? But they already got imagery for you. For the most part, you don't have to worry about that type of stuff. So you already got images that you could use that that would help you sell your product. Good crisp images. So this is a potential type of product. The behind the head. What would we call these? In-ear earbuds, iPhone mic, noise canceling. Oh, these are noise canceling. Interesting. I'm trying to look for the term for what they are. Headset, in-ear. Because what I want to do then is come over here to watch count. You guys remember that watch count last week? Come over here to watch count and look up behind, or let's see, wireless, I think is what we'll call them. In-ear headphones. I might have to change my search terms up a little bit. So they got these little earbuds that they're saying are pretty cool. Look at that, 8,700 cells versus 3,800 watches. Right, so pretty good cells over watches for that one. 54 over 24, 72 over 24. So a lot more cells than watches. If I was thinking about going into the to the wireless headset niche, right? So what I started is way back here on AliExpress. AliExpress is telling me the different cool collections that I think, or that it thinks I should be checking out. Some stuff that's pretty cool. So listen up, headphones. It told me that headphones are pretty cool. So I see that these wireless headphones are kind of trendy. Wireless headphones. You can even search that over here. So you see the wireless headphones are kind of trendy. There's a bunch of orders for them. I know this already, guys. So that's why I'm kind of running through it quickly. But because I've just done tons of research, I know what's hot and what's not, right? So, but look at this: 4,000 orders for this, 3,000 feedback, right? So these wireless headphones, these are very, very trendy right now. 16,000 orders, 9,000 feedback on this pair right here. This little pair, 16,000. They're $6.99. Would probably be a really good product to sell, right? But because I know wireless headsets are good, or wireless earphones are good, or headphones are good, or whatever they are, whatever you want to call them, you kind of want to search each keyword to kind of get an idea of what else there is out there based on keyword. But these same type keep coming up over and over and over. The ones with the short cord that would go around the neck, the short wire that goes around the neck. See, that type keep coming up over and over and over again, right? They might look a little bit different. They might be different brands. They might be different qualities, but that style keeps coming up over and over and over. And that's why I think AliExpress, somebody called it trendy over there somewhere, right? And I think they're supposed to follow after I think the Beats were the ones that first came out. I'm not sure. I could be wrong about that. So watch count suggests these other ones. So I'd be open to testing out some of these other ones too. They look a little weird to me, but I mean, people are buying them. Ton of sales. Look at this one, 4,000. I'd actually, after looking at watch count and seeing these little, the ones with the short cord that goes behind the neck, after seeing those and then seeing that they're so prominent over here on AliExpress, I think that that's actually the style I would go after. And I would just find the right ones. And watch count doesn't seem to be giving me good data on that because it's giving me these little tiny ones. So maybe actually if I get rid of in-ear. Okay, there we go. We get a whole different set. So I'll tell you from experience that I've already sold a bunch of these ones, and they're probably played out by now. 25,000, 50,000, so 75,000 of these been sold. They're probably played out by now, but maybe you could sell them. I just know that from experience. Those numbers are really high too, so they're just maybe they're still selling them. I'm not sure. But these ones, kind of the same concept. So I think that if I didn't know what niche we were already going to go into, if I didn't already prepare, I think I would do these wireless headphones. I still might come back to the wireless headphones one after we do the niche that we're going to do if it doesn't work. But I want to show you guys another little trick that I use. But at this point, so where I would be at this point right now, after doing this search, after going in here and searching on AliExpress, clicking through collections and finding things that stand out, and then just thinking about the three core elements that you're looking for in products: the trendiness, the catchiness in imagery, or the usefulness. excuse me, not the usefulness, the value. There's two types of values, the usefulness and monetary. After going through those and spending some time, just, it could be 10 minutes, it could be an hour. We just did it in, I don't know how long we've been on this video, 20 minutes or so. We've been on here 32 minutes. So in 32 minutes would have been plenty of time to find this product and say, okay, let's go after this niche. I wouldn't go any further. I would go start setting up my store, and I would take one of these products. I would just decide on which one. And the way I would decide on which one would be either here on watch count by doing a watch or a watch search and seeing what comes up first or seeing what comes up most. But because I know that these ones that come up the most and have the most sales have been played out, I wouldn't do that. I would jump to the next style. I would jump to the style that has the short cord. And because of that, I would jump back over here to AliExpress because there were so many of those as options, right? So basically what I would do is wireless headphone or wireless earphone, sort by most orders. This one right here, that's the one I would take and I would sell. I'd put it on my store. Look, there's different colors. Perfect for Christmas, stocking stuffer, right? You could sell it for $12.99 or $14. Make double your money, depending on what your conversion cost is. Actually, they have plenty of them available. So we're looking at the product. This shipper, if you wanted to have them drop shipped from this vendor, there's 39,000, so 40,000 they have available, and of each color they have about 10,000 of each color available. So there's plenty of stock available if you wanted to scale it a little bit. But that's the product I would go after if I didn't already know. So what I would like to do now, though, is show you guys another method. So you could basically go to any popular website. Go to any popular retail website and begin doing the same thing you did on AliExpress or very similar. You could do this on, there's tons of websites. You could do this per niche. So if you know websites in your niche, you could go ahead and do it per your niche. You could do it on big sites like QVC that are very popular and product-driven sites. I mean, just random, trendy, China type products. I mean, that's basically what they are on QVC. So, it's a huge assortment of data here on QVC as well. So basically, you do the same thing that you would do over on AliExpress. You come to QVC or sites like it and kind of just click around and find different products. We're just going to take the first one, fashion accessories. Now, in fashion accessories, the key that I want you guys to see here, this is something you could do on any store. I recommend it on bigger stores where you get a little bit more wealth of data, rather than going to like somebody's personal store, John's little shop that he sets up, and then you're going to go over there and copy him. I wouldn't recommend that. That's just rude, and it's not cool. What I'd recommend is going to these bigger sites where you just get a wealth of information, and it's not going to hurt them if you find one product, right? So QVC is a perfect example of that. And you go over here, click, just go into your collections or go pick a collection and go to bestsellers, right? And any site you could do that with, just about. Well, I take that back. A lot of sites don't have that option. But any site that doesn't have that option is a great site to do research on, right? So there's a bunch of different big websites like that that are just full of data. I would recommend you guys doing your own research, though, and finding your own stores. So as you begin to think about a niche to go into, say you were thinking about the headphone niche, then you could do some Google research and then check out some sites. I'll show you that here in a little bit. But for this case, we don't know where we're going. We don't know what niche we're in, and so that's why I like QVC, because QVC is just just a huge amount of information. It's just bunch of different niches. There's no QVC is built for anybody, it's built for women. So that is one direction or one thing about QVC. It's not nichey, but it's kind of demographics based. But that's not 100% true. It's just it's mostly women. But women are the biggest buyers, right? They spend the most. So basically what I did is I came to QVC and I went to fashion, accessories, searched by bestsellers, and guess what comes up? Socks. All these socks come up as bestsellers, right? There are some reading glasses, right? The rimless readers that are popping up, but socks come up over and over and over again. Bunch of different socks, bunch of different types of socks. Now, I am going to let you guys know a little bit more information. I did go look at some of this a little bit earlier. Like I said earlier, I spent like 20 minutes looking at this, and I learned that a lot of these socks are what is called faux fur, and I also learned that that's how it's pronounced. I thought it was fox fur, but I guess it's faux fur. And the way I learned that is by actually clicking on this video right here and watching one of the videos. Right. So this is product research. This is as real as it gets. People come to me all the time. They tell me, Robert, I need help finding products. I test or I just can't find products. I don't know what types of products to find. And I put these products on my store and I test them and they don't work. And I asked them how they test, and they were like, well, I got this tool. It's supposed to tell me what's the best thing to sell and all this stuff. Right. And really, it's not that hard. Right. Chances are, if you buy a tool that's going to tell you what's hottest to sell, chances are the other 1,000 people that bought that tool is going to see the same product to sell, and you're not going to be able to sell it because 1,000 other people are going to try to sell it, right? Versus coming over here and just doing the hard work, just doing, sorting by best sellers. Most people aren't doing that, and that's how you're going to find the best amount of products, right? So I searched by bestseller, sorted by bestseller, and then I just clicked around, I looked around, I watched the video right here. The video told me what the product was and told me a little bit about the product. Always pay attention to the information on the product pages that you go to, because that's helpful information for you to sell. So, for example, when I was watching this video, Rita was in here in the office with me, and it said something about these are perfect for those times where you have a little bit of skin showing and you don't want to be cold or whatever. I don't know, just between your shoe and your pant leg, there's that little bit of skin or something. I don't know what the case was, but Rita was like, "Ooh, perfect! I could wear it with these shoes, right?" So knowing those little, I wouldn't have known that. I know nothing about socks, but because I watched this video, I learned that little thing that I would then go put it in my product page, right? So I actually want to build a sock store. What I came to when I started searching QVC, and I came here and I searched by bestsellers. I found out that all these socks were this faux fur. They have good reviews, a lot of reviews, and they're best selling according to QVC. So what I did is I came back over to AliExpress and put that in actually, but put in socks. And there are a bunch of different options. There's a bunch of different types of, when you search faux fur, there's a bunch of different types of socks, but it also gives you other products that are not socks. Like it gives you these, what do they call them, toppers, boot cover socks or whatever, right? These are not full length socks. They're just made to look like a sock, right? So that was one thing that I noticed right away after I come to QVC, or come from QVC and noticing that QVC says that these Fox Faux socks are the faux fur socks are the best sellers in the what was it, fashion accessories? Yeah, in fashion accessories, those socks were the best sellers. I came over here to AliExpress to see what they had in stock, or what people were selling, and see what my options were for here. And so what came up were different socks. There are a bunch of socks here. They have the toppers on them. So like on on QVC, they have these, what they call cabin socks, with the little fur coming out of it, right? These ones are the more of the style of what's over here on AliExpress, and it's actually the more in line with what we're going to be looking to sell. These ones, I don't know. I genuinely don't know what the faux fur is. I've looked it up. Like I said, I just learned about it by watching this video, and in this video, the person says that these are faux fur. So I don't know how. That made me question what faux fur was, because I thought faux fur was the fur part, right? Like these first ones over here on QVC, they have fur coming out of them, right? And it says faux fur. But these ones on the video, they said faux fur, but there wasn't any. So I really don't know what faux fur is. If going into this niche, I'm going to have to do a little bit more research. But I kind of chose this niche, and I was okay with not knowing what it is and being a little bit confused by it, and not even being able to pronounce the word right, not even know how to pronounce it. I'm okay with that, because I want to show you guys how real this is. I want to show you how doable this is. You don't have to know the niche at all, right? You don't have to know anything about it. You don't have to know. I don't know anything about these women's socks, right? I was like, infused cabin socks? Cool. What are they infused with? And I actually clicked it open, and I was like, oh, they are infused with the jojoba, whatever that is, jojoba oil or whatever, right? But so I don't know anything about these socks. But I learned from QVC, and I'm trusting because from QVC that these are the best sellers. Now, they could be lying to us, right? But I doubt that they are, simply because of these have a lot of reviews. but I do kind of question how that works because this one has 90 reviews and this has 1,800 reviews. So even though we know these are going to be the best selling, are they actually ranked by best selling? Because this one has 90 reviews and this one has 1,800 reviews. Seems like this one would have been a better seller, right? So even though we're looking at these numbers and want to trust these numbers, we still want to have keep a little bit of skepticism, but don't let that skepticism scare you. Don't let that skepticism keep you from trying. A lot of people throw off ideas when there's discrepancies or when they see something that kind of confuses them, right? So even though these are sorted by bestsellers, and this one has 90 reviews and this one has 1,800 reviews, I'm not going to let that confuse me and keep me from selling it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to AliExpress and see what Ali tells me is the best. And I do that by searching my keyword and clicking on this right here, sort by orders. So now I can see what's ordered the most. So 64 orders, 30 reviews, 55 orders, 44 reviews, 38 orders, 11 reviews. So there's not a lot of orders. Compared to the headphones, we looked at these headphones a minute ago. Let me open this one up. We looked at some headphones earlier, and some of them had, okay, this one wasn't it, but there was one of them had thousands of reviews, over 10,000 reviews. This one has 30 reviews. So it's not a hot seller, an extremely hot seller, but that could be because of, and I told you guys this last time, it could be because of the length of how long the product's been on the store, right? Versus the headphones. The headphones might have been on the store longer. Or it could be, there's a lot of things that could play a role. So I don't always compare products to each other on here. So like this one had 15,000, or not this one, but maybe it's this one. One of them had a crap load of reviews, and this one doesn't have a crap load of reviews. It's still selling, right? And it's got good reviews, which is the key. So right now, I'm actually just trying to figure out where I want to go. So I'm still trying to look at what direction we want to go, because even though we've dialed in on socks, there's a lot more that we could do with that. We could do, because I clicked on this and I've searched around a little bit. I noticed over here on QVC that there's these different styles of socks. This one is cabin socks. These ones are trouser socks. These ones are wool blend socks. So there's different types of socks that we could sell. I want to go after that faux fur, and again, I'm confused as to why these ones are called faux fur if they don't have any fur. There's some ladies in this group. If any of you girls know, or if anybody else knows, maybe you could pop that in the comment what the difference is. So help us figure it out. I will do research before we actually get products going and set up our store. But as of right now, I think socks is the direction I want to go. One of the reasons why I want to go after socks is because I think it could be trendy. People buy a lot of different socks. They buy socks that are cute. They buy socks that are comfy. They buy socks that are warm. They buy socks that are thin. They buy socks for different reasons. So, I think socks is the direction I want to go into. And there's a few sites that I think of that kind of take that type of spin on things. I guess I wouldn't know what to call it, but I'll give you an example. There's this website right here that sells underwear, right? MeUndies. They're all over Facebook, right? I see them all over Facebook. Actually, I haven't in a while. I wonder if they got banned finally. The imagery might get them banned. But they were all over Facebook, and now they're probably just mostly promoting on Instagram or something like that, right? But they take that direction of, they do it with underwear. And it's for guys and girls. They sell guys and girls underwear. And so there's also, well, I don't want to spend too much time on that, but there's a bunch of different websites like that kind of just focus on a single type of product and run a long ways with it. And I think that in the underwear, so this is underwear, but for the socks, they are a type of underwear. You wear, it's an undergarment, or I don't know if it's an undergarment, but it's something that you wear underneath your clothes. I think that's the same type of direction. I think we could be safe going in that direction because MeUndies is very, very trendy and they're doing well. There's a few others like them. I think Ethica underwear is another one that's really trendy right now. So what I want to do is maybe create that trendiness with socks. So just because we come over here on AliExpress and there's these lower numbers, that just means that maybe it's not trendy enough yet. Maybe we create that trend, right? I've done that before, guys. You could go on Google and you could look up keywords and see the trend of that keyword, see how much it's been searched. And some of this, it's really fun, you guys. You guys could really do this. if you're going to start a campaign and it's picking up some trendiness, look it up on Google. See how many searches it has per month or whatever, right? And then wait a few months after you promoted it and sold thousands of them. Go back on Google and do that same search, and you'll see that you created a trend. You'll see that you create these spikes in Google. You create these trends, right? We do as marketers as we blast these products. That's why that course I gave you guys was called the Product Blast. We blast products. We create these trends. So don't be intimidated by these numbers being small, because you could be the one that makes them big, or we could be the one that makes them big. So we're gonna go after that and see if we could do that in this niche with the socks. We're gonna do it with the faux fur. And I think what we're going to do, just looking at this, what we're going to end up doing is probably adding a few other products, like maybe these boot cuffs. As a matter of fact, I think that's what we're going to do with our store overall. Just looking at this, because I searched faux fur socks, and these boot type socks or the boot cuff type things comes up over and over and over. So I think that's what we're going to build our store on, and maybe these other little leg warmer things. I'll tell you why about those in a minute. But I'm getting the idea just by looking at that. This is the direction we want to go. I don't know if it's going to work. It might fail. It might be a complete fail. But I think that's the direction we want to go. And I base that on QVC telling me that it's the best selling. And I think it could be a little trendy direction to go in. They do catch attention. So going through the news feed, they're cute. If you're a girl and you're into cutesiness, I guess that's not a good word to tell a girl. Maybe they're not cute. They're hot. Those are hot, right? So we gotta advertise it that way. These are hot. They're not cute. They're hot. So they're gonna catch girls' attention because they're gonna make them look hot, right? That's what we want to portray, right? And so they catch attention. I think that these could be catchy in the newsfeed for that reason. They also could be trendy, especially going into the winter months here in the United States. I think they could be a little bit more trendy. Over this fourth quarter. So, and as far as value, $3 for these to make it look like, to give you that sexiness, $4 for this or whatever, I think, the value's there, for the use value of it, right? For the use value. Now that's just for these are, I think, the boot. I don't think these are the full socks, but for the socks, instead of the cuteness use value, there's also the actually keeping your feet covered, right? They're actually socks. They actually have that functional value as socks. So, as far as so they can be trendy if we create the trendiness of it. They are somewhat pretty trendy already, though, I think. But I think we can create more of a trend with them, and they're catchy in the news feed, and they got some use value, and the pricing is really good. So value overall is good. So this product is right in line with what we're looking for. So now I think what we need to do is, let me look at my notes, is I want to look at a little bit more of this product and see if we could learn a little bit more. I don't know about targeting. I don't know if we have a big enough audience who would even buy this stuff. So I just search faux fur and see what there actually is. And the very first site, Fabulous Furs, the world's finest faux fur, right? And just scrolling down, this looks like our audience. I don't know. I would say that the person who would wear this, the girl that's wearing these jeans and these boots with these little cuffs or whatever they're called, would be the same type of girl that would be wearing this or this, right? Not him. I don't think he'd wear it, but she definitely would. Right? These girls right here, they would wear this. These types of products that are on this store. Look, they already have some right here. Right? So this is our audience. So there's an audience for this, right? So I just did a quick Google search and determined that there's an audience for this. They're buying products. We already know who our market audience is. What's this? Fabric.com. Just click it open, see what it is. Okay, yeah, that's useless. Leave. Just mess with their bounce rate. Joanne.com. Okay, this is Joanne Fabrics. Okay, same thing. It's just a fabric store. We don't want to worry about any of those. Oops, I accidentally closed it. Let's do it again. What we're looking for is just what we can learn. What can we learn from other stores, niche type stores? Distinctive Fabric looks like another fabric store. Amazon, by the yard. We don't want faux fur by the yard, but we will head over to Amazon in a minute. Nasty Gal. Let's see what they got over there. Huh. Interesting. I don't think that's. Let's look at the clothes. Yeah, so maybe she might wear our things. I don't know. It's a different it's a different occasion. She's dressed up differently here. The occasion's different than the occasion for the boots. So it's hard to say. Let's see what else is there. Let's see the sweaters. Yeah, so this girl would probably wear Nasty Gal would wear our socks. So there's an audience. That's what I'm looking for right now. I came to Google. I wanted to make sure there's an audience. I wanted to see what type of people there was, see if there's a market for it. Apparently there is. So let's go do some Google shopping. We click over here and look at what comes up. So a bunch of jackets, coats type stuff. All fur, but it all says, the faux fur. Let's look at faux fur socks. Remember, I'm just doing research. I'm doing the research that I want you guys to do. I've already narrowed in my product, right? I basically narrowed in my product. I've narrowed in where we're going. So it's not like I'm researching different types of products. I'm just trying to find out a little bit more about my product or see if there's anything that's going to stand out that's going to help me sell my product, right? So when I search faux fur socks, I get a bunch of different options or styles. There's this cabin sock again, the same type that was over on QVC. Remember that was the one that came up here? Cabin sock. It's almost the exact same sock. Let's see if that's over there on Ali. I don't remember if I looked. Actually, let's come over here. Oops, what am I doing? So cabin socks. Oh yeah, not what I want. So that's useless. I got that idea from right here. Maybe we could look for a cabin sock, but it wasn't there. The other one over there on QVC was trouser sock. I don't remember if I looked for that one earlier. Trouser socks. Oh yeah, it gives me a bunch of stuff that's not relevant. Okay. So Google is going to be our source for seeing different variations of those different types of socks. Actually, I was going to search cabin socks and trouser socks here on Google, but I don't want to spend too much more time. What I would do, if I search cabin socks, I'll do one of them. If I search cabin sock here, what I would be looking for is maybe some sort of keyword that would come up that I could then go search on AliExpress. But nothing comes up, right? So maybe another keyword came up. Maybe it would be like wool cabin sock or wool. I don't know. Maybe there's another term for cabin sock that would have came up that I could search, but there doesn't seem like there is. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that alone. I think I've got enough research done to know that there's a market for this product. It fulfills the 3 qualifications. There's value for these types of socks. I've only dialed in on the faux fur sock, but not the exact model, not the exact product or anything else like that. I just decided that there's a market and that this type of product will fulfill the 3 qualifications, which is it's going to be trendy, it's going to be catchy, and it's going to have value, right? So those three qualifications are the important ones. This does fulfill that. So I have determined that this product is worth testing. So now the direction is what can we do, or how can we market this product, or how can we set up our store? What type of store do we want to best present this? And so there's basically 3 types of stores that I typically set up or I tell people about. There's what's called a general store, there's a single product store, and then there's a niche store. And these are the stores that I build, right? These are how I categorize them to help me out, and hopefully it'll help you out. So a general store is going to be a store that is it's going to be like just general. There's not going to be anything specific on it. It's going to be made up of a bunch of different stuff. So think of just some deals site. Brad's Deals. I met Brad's Deals. Some people from Brad's Deals not too long ago. So I think of that one, Brad's Deals, where there's it's a site that just got a bunch of daily deals or something like that. I think that's what it is. So I'll give you guys an example. Just a bunch of different products, a bunch of different daily deals, all assortment, a bunch of different types of stuff. Did I just see? Oh, I thought I seen some of the socks, but it's these Uggs. But just a bunch of different deals, right? It's general store. There's no rhyme or reason to it except that it's just deals, right? So it's kind of general. There's no niche. versus a niche store where it's got a niche, right? So, one of them that just came up a minute ago was the what was that called? The the fur one that we just looked at, Fabulous Furs or something like that, right? Fabulous Furs is this would be more of a niche site. Has a bunch of different furs, different types of products that are fur products. So it has women's products, and even that is a bunch of different categories: men's, children, accessories, homes, and then some exclusives, so like throws and things like that. So it's got a bunch of different types of products, but all within that one niche. So that's a niche store. And then there's a single product store. So let me give you an example of a single product store. This one keeps coming up because they're facing trademark infringement issues with Cree right now. I've dealt with that. But Shadowhawk, this is a single product store. Now, when I call it a single product store, it doesn't always have just one product. This one in this case, it's a single product in that it's a flashlight. But I believe they might actually have several different No, actually, this one I think they only have one flashlight. There's a few of them that they have different products. Oh, they might have a battery. Yeah, so you could buy the battery, and you can't buy lasers from them for some reason, but they had it there, right? But even though I would call this a single product store, even though they do have other related products, right? Maybe they even sell a warranty. I'm not sure if they sell a warranty. Yep, they sell a warranty too, right? So even though they have different types of products, I still call it a single product store because it's the Shadowhawk flashlight. Same thing with the MeUndies. Let's look at that one again, right? They have a bunch of different products, or excuse me, a bunch of different style of products. They have their men's and they have their different styles, and women's and a bunch of different styles, but they're underwear, right? These are underwear, and it's an underwear store. It's a single product store, the single product being underwear, but the product has various variations, right? Product lines. They have the men's line, they have the women's line, they have the boxer brief line, the trunk line, the different styles. They have these different styles, but it's all one type of product. And so I think that would be the best fit for our sock store, is to do this single product store, to do a store that's built around our socks, right? So we're not going to do a general store. We're not going to have a bunch of different products. We're not going to test our socks with a bunch of different products. We're not going to build a niche store. We're not going to build, an outdoor store, and then these socks are outdoors. Or we're not going to sell a cabin store or whatever. We're not going to sell we're not going to create a women's fashion store and put socks on there as the women's fashion. We're not going to do that. We're going to build a single product store that is going to be a sock store, and we will put probably just a few. We don't want to have too many variations of socks, or two variations of, I guess, models. So I wouldn't want to know how to categorize this, but I think MeUndies, I want to leave that open for a minute maybe, because I think it's a perfect example. They have the different models, I guess, or styles. There's boxer brief, but even in that one, they have the different colors and they have the different patterns, right? So there are variations of these underwear. There's tons of variations, but it's still underwear, right? So with our socks, we want to stay with socks, but we're going to have different types of socks. So we might have, and it's going to be the faux fur socks. And so our variations, I think, just by doing this webinar with you guys, I haven't determined. These are the types of things I'm going to update you guys on over the next few days, is what we actually determine what we're going to do. But it's going to be in the socks. But I think just talking right now, I think it's going to be like these socks right here. So like the fleece liner, faux fur socks, leg stocking. I think it's going to be like this type. So the full sock with the faux fur top. And I think we're going to do some of these, the boot covers, because it's in the same niche. So this isn't going to be exactly a sock store, I guess, thinking about it that way. If we're going to do boot covers and socks, and I said some of these were on Fabulous Furs. When we're clicking around on Fabulous Furs, these things were popping up. So, even though it's going to have a bunch of different things, it's still going to be that sock niche or idea, or product niche idea that we're going to go after. So we're just going to have, this one's not going to be a sock. It's just going to be a cuff, right? But that's okay, because it's built on our store, right? Just like on Shadowhawk, they weren't selling flashlights on the battery page. It was a flashlight battery, right? It was an accessory. So this is going to kind of work as kind of an accessory or a similar type of item. The cuffs are. But we're going to put those on our store. And I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're only going to have those two items to start. I think we're going to start off with the long sock with the faux fur. I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but the fur at the top. And then we're going to do the cuffs with the fur at the top. I think that's going to be our store. It's a single product store, yet it's going to have those two different types of products and then different variations. Variations being the colors and maybe the materials that they're made out of, right? So our marketing angle is going to be going after that, going after these types of people right here. You know, this audience right here. This is who we're going to go after. This is our market, our target market audience, target market. You know, these women, this type of the people that are buying this type of stuff. I'm gonna over the next few weeks as we build out our audience and go doing our ads and stuff. I'm gonna show you guys how to target and actually go after these types of people. But that we know that we have an audience. Our the direction that we're gonna go is gonna kind of be modeling this. We're gonna have our different products that are all in that like sock niche, but then different styles, right? I showed you guys that with the just right now. So the socks and then the cuffs and then the different colors. Let's see, what else are we gonna do? Oh, the type of store we're gonna build is going to be a single product store. And then I think the first marketing angle, actually I won't jump ahead. I don't want to jump ahead on that. So as far as our ads and stuff, I won't deal with that stuff now. But I got some ideas for that already. So I think right now, you know, it'd be helpful from you guys if you guys could help post on this group, on this video, the live feed. If you guys could post maybe some ideas for this store, the name for the store, excuse me. So it's going to be this product, different variations of it. This product, different color styles, variations of it. Right? Basically, these two products. What's a good name for this? Right? We want to come up with a brand name that we could sell our products, help sell our products on. Right? So that's how we find our products. We settle on our products. It's no more difficult than what you just seen right here. I just pick something and I move with it. This took an hour presentation. We've been on here for an hour and 3 minutes, and I could have did this in 20. I did do this in 20 minutes before doing it on the webinar. I picked out what product was, or 15 minutes, probably like 10 to 15 minutes, right? I was even talking then, and it took that long. So I mean, this is something you could do really in like 5 or 10 minutes. It's really, after you get familiar with it, it's something you do really quickly, 5-10 minutes. Already have a niche to go into. The long time that you're going to spend is because I don't know this niche very much. So I'm going to go into Google and I'm going to do some research, and we already did some of that. We clicked around some sites, so that took some time. But overall, this is really, really quickly. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you guys see that? Do you guys, some of you guys might be sitting here. I know there's a broad amount of people here. There's different types of people. There's some of you that are here, you have been selling for a while, and you think that this might be very basic, very elementary. It is, and that's the way we're going to keep it in the very beginning. As I said, we'll get some more advanced techniques. But those of you that aren't experienced, or even those of you guys that are, don't overcomplicate it. It should be this simple. This is exactly what I do every time when I'm looking for a new niche, new product to go into. Right? If I don't already know where I'm going, I do exactly what I did here. The things that I voiced are the things that I look for. They're things that I'm thinking in my head. So, don't overcomplicate it. Do exactly that. Right? I like the names you guys are already picking. Good names. Sock it to them. Good one, Kat. One last thing. So I have to come over here. I gotta find my. I'm gonna create a Shopify store real quick. I'm not gonna set it up. But does that make sense to you? Those of you who this is new to you, or those of you that maybe you've even been doing it for a while, does that make sense? Like, can you see yourself? Can you go in there and find products? Can you do that type of research, or is that too difficult? If that's too difficult, then expect a lot more things. Expect a lot more difficulty, because that's actually really simple. It's a very, very simple part of it. So right now I'm trying to grab a link for Shopify. Here we go. I'm going to post this in the group, but this is actually my affiliate link. You guys could use this one if you want. If you think I'm worthy of it, then use my affiliate link. I'm going to post it in the group. But when you sign up for Shopify, I think you guys save. I used to save like 10%. I don't know. I have to verify that with my affiliate manager, but these guys save like 10 or 20%. I think it was 20% or something like that for life. but I think they changed it. I'm not sure what it is, but you should. I think you do save on your Shopify plan. Either way, I get a little bit of money out of it. I'm not sure. So if you think I'm worthy, go ahead and use it. If not, I don't really care. Just go to Shopify.com. And I'm using it for the sake of this video, because I'm going to get paid. If I'm setting up my store, I'm going to use my affiliate link, right? So I'm going to set up a store really quickly. You guys, don't email blast me. All right, you guys are going to see my email right now. Don't email blast me. I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to ban you. Kick you out the group. No, I won't do that. But it's that simple. Use the link. Put in your email address. Put in your password. And put in your store name. Now, the store name, you guys could change at any time. My very first store, you guys would be able to figure it out if you really wanted to. But the domain, the Shopify domain, has nothing to do with what the store is, and we've done millions of dollars, $5 million or plus on that store, right? So the store, the domain name, the Shopify domain name doesn't really matter. So like for this one, I'm just going to run with something that one of the things that you guys suggested. I like it. Kat, I'm grabbing yours right here, the Fox Socks one, even though it's faux socks. So that, actually, you know what? I'm not going to grab that one because it's not Fox Socks. If it was, I'm just talking about Kat's suggestion over here. I'm not going to bring my Facebook over there because you guys see all my messages that got popped open. But she suggested that if you guys look at her comments, yeah, it's faux socks. So let's look at another one. Let's review, or refresh, excuse me. I don't know. I was trying to get one of you guys' comments, but I can only see like 3 comments at a time. So I guess I can't do that. So let me just pick one. Can't type. My erase button. Okay, faux socks. And I keep saying Fox. I just learned that it's faux. So faux socks. We just leave it like that. Look, it says it's available, right? If it's available, then might as well use it, right? We could change it later, but it's so in line with what we're doing. Let me see if you guys can see this. Cool. Just in case, let me bring this one over here. So you put in your password that you're going to use. And then it's creating the store for me. So sit tight, we're creating your store, don't got to do anything. Making a store has never been so easy. Just did it all for me. I put in all my information here. I'm not going to do that now, actually. But it's going to lead you through a series of steps, 2 steps it looks like, and then your store will be set up. And that's what I want you guys to do. This is where I want you guys to end off, because I'm actually going to give you some homework or a homework challenge, right? I want you guys to take that same link, take this affiliate link if you think I'm worthy, and use this link. I'm going to post it in the group. I want you guys to, well, actually, first I want you guys to do research over here on AliExpress, on maybe QVC or some of these other sites, you know, the other methods I've shown in the past, and do research. Find a product, decide on a product that you want to start selling, right? Don't make it too complicated. Don't overcomplicate it. Right? And then go set up a store, just like I did. Make just a quick temporary name, fill in your information, and get to that point. I want you to get to that point. Spend between now and the next webinar. So I promised 1 webinar a week, but I'll probably do the next one sooner than a week. I'm going to update you guys over the next few days on some of the information as we get our stores finished, getting our store set up. But between now and then, between now and the next webinar, I want you guys to figure out a product that you guys could start selling. So do your own research. Don't just take this training just for the hell of it, right? Don't just watch it. Don't just watch this instead of watching TV. You know, if all you're going to do is watch it, then you might as well watch the Kardashians. At least you'll be entertained, maybe. I don't know. Not entertaining to me. But you guys get the point. It's useless to just sit here and watch it, right? Do the stuff yourself. So my challenge to you is, if this is easy, if you guys could do this, if you could come over here and start looking for products and look for those 3 things, you know, things that are trendy, things that are catchy, things that have value. If you could look for those 3 things, don't overthink it. Say, okay, I'm going to sell that, right? Then come over here to Shopify, use the affiliate link if you want, start your store, and then be ready by the next time when I do the next video, be ready to move to the next step. Stay up with me, okay? Follow along with me, and hopefully by the time we come to December, we'll be racking in those Christmas sales, or late November, just in a month from now, we'll be really racking in the Christmas sales. But you can't do that if you wait for 2 months to start your store. So follow along with me, go through, find your products, find the product, the niche. So step one is going to be finding the products that you're going to use based on the 3 qualifications. Once you find the product that you want to use, you want to do a little bit of research and make sure that there's a market. So you can do some Google searching and looking on Amazon and watch count, and that's where you pay attention to the numbers and the reviews, like I've showed you guys in the other videos, right? And then just showed you right now. Make sure there's a market for it. Then decide what type of store you want to build, and so is it going to be a general store, a niche store, a single product store, and then get the store set up. Get the store started. Get the name put in there. Shopify is going to build the store for you, and then all you got to do is fill in the gaps from there. You're going to put our products in there and do a few other things that I'm going to show you in the next webinar. So get to that point. That's my challenge to you, and I'm giving it to you as a strict challenge because I really want to see you guys succeed. Right? I really want to see you guys do this. So the only way you're going to do that is if you actually put it to work. And the cool thing about Shopify, this is going to give you a 2-week trial. I believe it's a 2-week trial for free. Is that what it is? Actually, I don't want to leave that page. I want to finish setting that one up. But I believe it's like a 2-week trial for free. 14 days. So we got 14 days to try this out before you even have to pay anything. So you don't even have to worry about paying for it right now. And when you do pay for it, it's like $29 a month and $79 a month and then like $179 a month, right? So don't hesitate. Find your product, get your store started, and then be ready for the next webinar where we're going to actually start building out our store, adding a bunch of details to our store, creating the brand that we're gonna market under, and all of that good stuff, right? So that's going to conclude today's feed. Does that make sense to you guys? Just one last time, I want to make sure that you all followed that. Good suggestions, by the way, on the names. I'm going to have to probably steal one of those. Well, I guess it's not stealing if I asked you for recommendations. Cool. I'm glad you guys follow along. I don't think I have anything else next week. I'll keep you posted. Like I said, I'm going to post every day in the group, or one of my team members are going to post in the group. We'll keep you updated on what we're building on this store and possibly hand out some helpful links and other helpful information to you guys. So be on the lookout for that. Don't be afraid to ask questions in the group. Don't be afraid to utilize the files section in the group. So in the group over here, we have when you go to Watch Me Build, you click on the files section, and there's going to be some of the files here. I'm going to be building these out. Sorry, I got sidetracked looking at some of my other stuff in my sidebar. I want to make sure I'm safe. I don't care if you guys see this stuff. But yeah, so you want to watch out for the files that I'll be adding, and these will be updated. Some of these, I don't have any here right now. That's what I was looking at. I will have some files in here later on, not today, but like later on as we go on in this program. There'll be some files in here that you guys could actually upload, and you guys could, or not upload, but update. So everybody's going to want to start participating and throwing in their own information as we move along. So the file section, there'll be some files there for you guys for that stuff. So make sure you check out this file section. Keep coming back to it. This video, this live webinar, is going to go in here in this series videos. So there's going to be a link to every video in here, so that you don't have to go to the group and scroll down and try to find it. So it's going to be linked to it. These member links are going to be links for you guys to find various things, like the training that I put in there for the product blast, some group rules, and some other information here. I'm not going to go over all of it. You guys open it up. But what I wanted to show you here was best practices for learning, right? Or best learning practices for this group. This is what I want you guys to utilize when you watch these videos. So make sure you open that one up and look at it and pay attention to the group rules. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this out for now. I'm not missing anything. Yep, cool. So talk to you guys later. Put your questions in the group, and if you have any questions, put it in the group. If you have any input, put it in the group. Keep suggestions and names, domains that we could use, or brands that we could come up with. I'm going to give this store away in the end. It might not be socks by the time, if the socks aren't profitable and we have to move to another niche, another store, another product, might not get the actual socks. But if we do, this is the store that we're going to give away. I'm going to build a store so that I can give it away. So that's the goal. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end this. You guys take care.